never utilized our service. That has in essence curbed that issue of impersonation, of bringing somebody who's not a member to get the services of NHIF claims. The laws have been enhanced. The board has the powers to shut down those facilities. The management is the ones that you do a lot of enforcement initially, because they go and then they bring the report to the board, and in many cases we suspend those facilities, and that is very clear. It is 3 years suspension. One form of corruption in NHIF is fraud, and we can be able to manage that fraud through improving our IT system.
Now, Magistrates Court has declined an application by the Criminal Investigation to hold driver Maxine Wahome for a period of 14 days for investigation of grievous harm on her boyfriend, aged 50 years. Now, this is after the police did not find enough evidence to convince the court that the correspondent is a flight risk. This arises after the driver supposedly injured her boyfriend in Kilimani, Nairobi, who is currently admitted in hospital. Now, the driver was released on a 400,000 shilling bond.
Present, Your Honor. Your Honor, I'm currently attached to DCI Kilimani, performing general criminal investigations, Your Honor.
Which party? Okay. So this ruling was presented before this court via a miscellaneous application dated 13th of December 2022. The application sought the pre-trial detention of the applicant, the respondent by the applicant for 14 days to allow the applicant through PC Stephen Kibui and any other investigator complete investigations on a case of grievous harm contrary to section 234 of the Penal Code. The application is supported by 8 grounds set out on the face of the application, and an affidavit sworn by PC Stephen Kibeu, the investigating officer. According to the affidavit, the respondent was arrested in relation to a reported assault case where the respondent is suspected to have assaulted her boyfriend, Asad Khan, on 12th of December 2022 at Preston Court, Kilimani, and inflicted life-threatening injuries. The investigating officer indicated that he visited the scene, which was documented, and obtained blood samples, and other evidence was collected for forensic analysis.
Now, Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza on Wednesday declined to honor the summon to attend the proceedings at the Meru County Assembly to defend her impeachment. Now, the governor, through her lawyer, Elias Mutuma, claims that the reintroduction of the impeachment motion is in violation of the court orders. A total of 67 MCAs have voted to impeach Shada Kareria.
To impeach the one Kawira Mwangaza.
After Meru Law Court quashed the process to impeach Meru Governor Kawira Mwangaza, Meru Ward representative seems to have not yet done with the embattled governor, appearing in white suits and red ties at Meru County Assembly. With dances and celebrations, the MCAs initiated a fresh process to impeach the governor, where all the 67 MCAs voted to impeach Kawira Mwangaza.
Members, we give Madam Kawira a taste of our own arrogance medicine, and we serve with what?
Mwangaza failed to appear before the MCAs to defend herself against impeachment. Instead, a lawyer wrote to the Speaker asking him to stop the motion, alleging that the court had ordered so. In an impeachment motion tabled by the majority leader DMK Kiogora, the MCAs accused the governor of misuse of power by appointing his family members to various positions in the county.
Kawira must go. To stop the vilification of leaders in Meru County, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. To bring unity that the governor is talking about, Mr. Speaker, there cannot be unity with Kawira, Mr. Speaker. To bring unity, Kawira must go first.
In her response, the governor took to her Facebook account, terming MCA's move as sponsored attack. The MCAs also accused the governor of tarnishing their names and holding back the development of Meru County.
To redress the honorable members of this House, Mr. Speaker, who have been abused, Mr. Speaker, who have been called cartels, Mr. Speaker, who have been called thieves, Mr. Speaker, who have been told that they are looking for something to eat, Mr. Speaker, when they call for accountability, Mr. Speaker, who have been called foxes, Mr. Speaker, by our able governor, Mr. Speaker, to redress them, Mr. Speaker, and to heal their pain, Mr. Speaker, Kawira must go. They will have now 10 days to hear the governor, to hear the move of the motion, so I will personally be there. Then the governor or our representatives will be at the Senate during either the committee or the plenary hearings.
Shadrack Kareria, Look Up TV.
Having proposed the question.
Now, a man identified as Sylvester Kioko Nzioka, who is believed to be the ringleader of a car theft syndicate, has been arraigned in Shanzu Law Courts in Mombasa that has been defrauding unsuspecting business people and individuals millions of shillings in disguise as a car seller in Mombasa County.
While being arraigned before Magistrate Yusuf Shikanda at the Shanzu Law Courts in Mombasa, Sylvester Kioko is alleged to be the ringleader of the car theft syndicate that has been defrauding business people and individuals that are purchasing cars in Mombasa County. On 8th of September 2022, Kioko is accused of defrauding Mr. Mohammed Salim approximately 3.6 million shillings while promising to sell him 2 vehicles and disappearing after receiving the payment. Court has ordered for the case to be determined on 17th January 2023 and release him on 2 million shillings bond or a 1 million cash bail. Edinjon Mukora, Look Up TV.
Now, 2 Ethiopians have filed a suit against Facebook parent company Meta, seeking more than 250 billion shillings compensation for victims of hate and violence, allegedly fueled by the social media giant.
In what has taken a different twist, the pleadings averse that since the conflict began in Ethiopia, Facebook posts can be attributed to multiple incidences of resultant violence and murder. The court was told that the mass murder and burial of Jibri Michael, Teol Mehdi, and 11 others, following a series of posts calling for the cleansing of Amhara territories. That the arbitrary arrest and murder of Hadush Jibu Christus, who was heard speaking Tigrayan at a time when there were numerous posts calling for the ethnic cleansing of Tigrayans. That the murder of Achalu Hundessa, following the publishing of incitement to violence at a reaction to a video where he offered his opinion on the 19th century Ethiopian Empire. The court was also told that the killings of over 100 people in Bikuji Kebele, in the Benishangul Gumuz region of Ethiopia, following the publishing of a post by Gasho Masha calling for self-defense, and the butchering of more than a dozen Kimant in Aikel, following the publishing of a post by Teodros Kebede Ayo, accusing the Kimant community of supporting opposition forces and calling for their cleanup.
Why is Facebook benefiting from the posting of hateful content? The case my clients have made is that not only do Facebook allow such content to be on the platform, they prioritize it and they make money from such content.
The petitioner is Abra Meareg, told the court that his father, Tigran academic Meareg Amara Abra, was killed after Facebook posts referring to him using ethnic slurs were published in October 2021. The post shares Abra's address and called for his death.
And Abram reported those posts. They were queued to somebody in Nairobi to make the decision on whether or not the posts were to be taken down. Why did it take over a month to take down a post that calls for the murder of somebody? Why was the post left up for over a year? Something is wrong with the way Facebook moderates content, and the case my clients have made is that there is lack of investment in content moderation, especially for African countries. When you compare to other regions, we are getting the second-rate treatment.
The lawsuit said the company failed to exercise reasonable care in training its algorithms to identify dangerous posts and in hiring staff to police content for the languages covered by its regional moderation hub in Nairobi. The case petitioners also claim that Meta pays tax to the government of Kenya, making it an entity trading in Kenya.
You can make money as a social media platform without prioritizing hateful speech. My clients have brought a representative suit. They are not the only ones who have undergone this kind of treatment. If anyone fits the class that is described in the petition, and you're welcome to peruse it or visit our offices to get a copy of the petition. If anyone fits the class, they are welcome to join.
Meareg, Tekla, and Katiba Institute specifically seek to have Meta held accountable for contributing to the loss of lives, displacement of families, vilification of individuals, and destruction of communities. Through sworn affidavit, they seek to demonstrate to the Kenyan High Court how Facebook's moderation failures in Nairobi have led to the murder of, among many others, Professor Meareg Amare. Cecilia Lubanga, Look Up TV.
Now, Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Internal Security, Raymond Omolo, and Inspector General of Police, Japheth Koome, held a consultative meeting with various stakeholders with a view to curbing an increase in illicit brew and drug abuse during the December and New Year festivities.
As the nation gears up for December and January festivities, security stakeholders are taking up measures to ensure a reduction in illicit brew consumption and drug abuse. A consultative meeting bringing together Inspector General of Police Japheth Koome, Internal Security Principal Secretary Raymond Omolo, NACADA Chair Victor Okioma, and other leaders is in agreement that heightened surveillance is needed to check on these vices.
We are already into the festive seasons. We have Christmas coming up, and then of course the New Year, and there is expectation that there will be a spike in the increase of substance abuse, and hence the need for the various teams that are convening here today to come up with the measures and the mechanisms of ensuring that we have this under control.
As a deterrent move, the security apparatus will demand compliance from all entertainment joints and liquor stores to curb influx of unauthorized brew in the country.
This includes issues around compliance, so that if we have facilities that operate as spaces for selling the alcohol, they are properly licensed. The measures on quality control are in place, that whatever alcohol that is being sold, whatever drugs, whether it's tobacco, meet the requirements of the law.
The government has also increased patrols on the border neighboring Ethiopia, which is said to be a major smuggling point for cocaine and other hard drugs. This patrol seeking to curtail such illegal smuggling.
One of our major concerns currently is the influx of cannabis from Seshman in Ethiopia through Moyale, Wajir, Isiolo, and Nairobi, Mombasa. It's a big challenge, and we have had a number of meetings with the security teams in that region, trying to map out the routes that they are using to do trafficking. And we have, I must say, we have seen a lot of progress in terms of curtailing the influx.
With a busy festive season expected, the security apparatus have assured Kenyans of their safety.
You have our assurance as the officers of government to work closely with the public to ensure that Kenyans are secure.
that our country is calm, it is secure, and there is safety.
This will be the first Christmas celebrations under the regime of President William Ruto. Henry Tende, Look Up TV.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has reiterated the government's commitment to enable air transport across the counties to facilitate easy business and open up tourism opportunities. Gachagua has said this on Wednesday when launching the first commercial flight by Skyward Express from Nairobi to Kakamega.
What is happening today and what will follow shortly is a clear indication that air transport is no longer a luxury for the chosen few. Air transport in this country is now a necessity to ease the cost of doing business, to ease travel, to make it convenient for people. And I have just looked at the rates to Kakamega and I was just doing quick mathematics. It is actually cheaper, monetary-wise, to fly to Kakamega and back than to drive, without now costing the time that you save, more than 12 hours to and fro. So this is very good, and I want to urge the people of Western Kenya to make use of this facility, to make sure that this airline grows, so that we don't just have one daily flight, we have many flights, because there are many opportunities in Western Kenya.
In this ministry, our responsibility is to assist you and the President to make sure that we are facilitating movement of goods and services. And it gives me great pleasure to see that there are airlines like Skyward who are thinking ahead by making sure that they establish new routes. Your Excellency, we have plans to ensure that the infrastructure across the country, as you instructed with the President recently in the Cabinet, that we must make sure that as many airstrips as possible are developed across the country to make sure that we ease the movement of our people and make sure that we support our economic sector. The transport sector is a supportive sector, supports the other sectors of the economy by making sure that movement is faster, time taken is shorter, the cost of transport is reduced, and we save more time.